Hey guys, welcome back to the RTG here at Cambridge United. We start with Hull City, a relegated side from the Championship last season. As we look to kickstart our season, we've had indifferent forms so far in this beginning of our second campaign, but that's perhaps to be expected with a number of changes to the starting lineup and the team feeling slightly different in game. Of course, Aflian, Honeyman, Key, all new additions to the club. Iredale and Jones are new additions to the starting lineup, having moved from a rotation role into full-fledged starting football. And Chapman, we're continuing to adjust to in the midfield as well. Nibs and Ironside up top, still leading the line, and we hope the goals will start to flow today. We've Hull to start, as we say. Then Charlton will sim, Lincoln will sim, Peterborough away we shall play, and hopefully not lose against our biggest rivals. And then Bolton at home we shall play at the end of the episode as well. Fingers crossed, points on the board will be the final outcome. We're currently actually running in a little bit, not necessarily of debt, all told, but for the season, we've made a loss thus far. There's not much money left in the wage budget. Or in the transfer budget and wage budget combined. I have accepted a bid for Varga from Gazmatan of about £570,000, I believe it was. So hopefully that will be that deal decided upon moving forward. Something else that's decided upon, thanks to your feedback, is what we're going to do initially with the problems we've been finding with the loan system. Plenty of feedback from your guys' experience as well. It appears, I haven't had it in practice yet, but judging by what we've experienced so far, it does make sense with what you're saying. When you're in Leagues 1 and 2, it's a lot more difficult to get players to loan in, especially from much higher divisions. Either it just sucks in League 1 and 2 and then it's fine in the Championship, or it's that clubs or players are only willing to drop one division, which is why we've been able to get a couple of players on loan from Bournemouth in the Championship, but we haven't been able to get anyone on loan from the Premier League. So either of those could be true, and if they are so, then it is what it is. The general consensus was, yes, you're happy for me to sign one free agent per window, at least whilst we're in League 1. Once we reach the Championship, if we're then effectively able to utilise the loan system by loaning in someone from the Premier League, etc., then great, we can go back to the one free agent a year. But whilst we're in League 1, we shall utilise the 2 free agents a year, or 1 free agent per window rule that we're now going to implement. Varga will be sold on, and then in January we will look to either loan someone from the Championship, if there's are any players available, or sign a free agent in a wide role, and perhaps even only sign them on a 1-year deal. That was another thing that you guys mentioned, to try and have a workaround of the loan system, is potentially loan the free agents. So if we sign them for a 1-year deal and then just let their contract expire, then they've effectively been on loan for a year and we've not gained anything financially by moving them on and selling them longer term. So actually, I quite like that idea as well. If, for whatever reason, we end up staying in League 1 next season and struggling to bring in any loan players like we have done this year, then that is an alternative workaround. But let's be honest, we're hoping not to be in League 1 next year, and we will be able to ensure that we're not in League 1 next year by picking up points and getting ourselves up the table. So let's go and do exactly that if we can. Hull will play in their changed fully black strip, and fingers crossed we'll get a decent result. Although obviously Hull on paper should be a much stronger side than us, a side that we did a save with last year, and we very much enjoyed actually that Hull save. You can see their starting lineup is all over the place. Malik Wilkes should be out wide and Smith should be up top. Longman is out wide as well. Monco's a cam. Doherty's a CDM. Have they got any other centre mids we can throw there? We'll throw Cannon in there. Doherty is one of their highest rated players, so we'll try and get him to be happy there, but not really. Can I get Smallwood to be slightly happy? There you go. There's less of a decline there. Okay, right. Cracking forward then. We're at full strength. So let's go and get a win if we can. Hull line up then in a 3-1-4-2, which is entirely different to anything we've really played so far in this save. So I don't know whether this is going to be an easier game to play or actually a much more difficult game to play. We've got 70 rated Nathan Baxter in goal, Alfie Jones, Sean McLaughlin and Jacob Reeves at the back. Greg Doherty, as we saw in that CDM role with Ryan Longman, 67 rated Andy Cannon, Richie Smallwood and Malik Wilkes out wide at 71 rated. Tyler Smith up top at 64 and James Scott also at 64. They've got Josh Emmanuel on the bench. Monker, Festus Arthur, Josh Hines, Randall Williams, Brandon Fleming, Matt Ingram as a backup goalkeeper. They've got plenty of quality in this whole side, but you can understand why that team was relegated with the ratings of the players there, unless they've sold some players in the meantime. I mean, they let go of George Honeyman, who's now going to play against them for the first time. They let go of a 71 rated player as they got relegated, who it seems would have been probably in their starting 11, judging by the ratings there in their team. But maybe for financial reasons, they let him go. It was a boost for us. Intriguingly, no bids, though, actually, in that transfer window for George Chapman. Continually, the debate rumbles on about whether we should or shouldn't continue to keep him at the club, considering his rating and the level that we're playing at. But rather understandably, I'm not going to actively transfer this team and try and sell him. And at the same time, no one thus far has actually shown any interest in him. So for the time being, it doesn't make sense to try and force him out of the club. So I'm going to keep him as long as I possibly can and hope that we can rise through the divisions to the level where you would imagine that he would be at the club, realistically, and us be in a position to genuinely turn down the majority of bids that come in for him. This has really well worked. No! Oh, no! Oh, God! 1-0 Hull in laughable and fortuitous circumstances. I couldn't have gotten much more unlucky there, could I? McLaughlin with the slap out wide, and it will find Longman. He's in a good position here. Cannon into Tyler Smith. Overplayed, thankfully, and Josh Key will get rid of it, but he's fired it to a man that was marked, and it will cost us a goal. 2-0 Hull here. Inside 20 minutes. Key was trying to play it to George Honeyman. Instead, it picked out the man that was marked, and it's cost me, unfortunately. Another misplaced pass. And inside 20 minutes, the scoreline reads 2-0 as well, but not necessarily in the way that we hoped that it would have done. Another under-hit pass on this occasion. We are really struggling to find our free-flowing attacking games so far this season. Tyler Smith tried to leap on him there with Lloyd Jones and get it off him and couldn't quite do it. Longman has the support, and then there is the through ball opportunity. I read it with Okadina, still couldn't get there, and it's 3-0 Hull, and they really are a cut above. Just better than us, Hull City. Quite simply, just better than us right now. So, oh, that was nasty. Could quite easily have been a red card there, and that might have thrown the result into a bit of question for Hull. Finding Chapman. The ball was meant for Nibs. That ball was meant for Nibs too. Here is Harvey. His shot is blocked. Continually, we can't find a way through this whole back line when they are cutting mine apart with ease whenever the hell they feel like it. Oh, he just ran offside there. Joey Ironside, so we'll get this to Lancaster. We'll dink it into the middle, but Joey can't read the flight of the ball. Can Josh Key win this header? He can. We'll keep it alive with Nibs. It was meant for Chapman. It will find Aflian, who gets it to Chapman again. I'll look for Nibs out of his feet well, but the shot straight at Baxter. That makes it 3-1 before half-time. Then maybe we stand a chance. We could yet make it 3-1 before half-time. Looking for Lancaster with Ironside there, but space runs out. Chapman, Nibs, Dapo, not found. It's going to be 3-0 to Hull at half-time, and I dare say it's probably going to be at least 3-0 to Hull come full-time. Chapman on the back of Smith, out wide to Wilkes. Can we get a foot in? Josh Key's done really well. Honeyman will get it forward. Oh, it's loose, but it will find Lancaster, and Lancaster will find Joey. Joey has support here from Chapman. Chapman has the man over. Dapo Aflian gets his first goal in a Cambridge United shirt, and we might not yet be out of it. 3-1 in the 68th minute. It's the first thing to happen so far in the second half of any real note. Been trying desperately to get myself back in the game, but I haven't been able to unlock their backline. But finally we do. Isolate those three defenders back there on a counter-attack and have the extra man over who's able to take a solid first touch and bury it. Aflian's first goal, as far as I can recall, for the side. And I think I'm going to bring Duncan for Idale at the back to offer us a little bit more pace on that left-hand side as well. Idale does have some decent pace, 76 acceleration, 74 sprint speed, but Dunky's just that little bit quicker, and that might well make the difference. I'm not going to change anything else yet, as we're showing some signs of getting back in the game. If we can find a second before the 80th minute, then don't write us off for a point. Here's Longman, provided, of course, we don't concede a fourth between now and then. And it was, indeed, Aflian's first goal in 7 league games so far. Timmy to Dunk. Looking out wide to Aflian. Found well, little back heel. Chapman will get to it first. Sam Smith is off the bench for me here. And we haven't been able to find... Oh, it's poor from behind. It's a yellow card from Hull, but they're getting dirty to try and keep on top now. I haven't been able to find another goal or even really another opportunity since we scored our first. But we might get one here as Lancaster's shot does find the back of the net. Quick first time effort. It flies into the top corner. At the very least, it makes it nervy for Hull for the final few moments, but that goal is just a little bit late in coming, unfortunately. It's a really good finish. Excellent angle on it and shot power and accuracy, but there's just not going to be enough time left in the game to find that equaliser. I needed that 10 minutes ago, as I said. If I'd been able to get it before the 80th minute, then maybe we could have forced a point from this game, but it is going to be defeat only against Hull. However, I am pleased with the fight back. Very much so. Very pleased with the fight back. So, even though we weren't good enough in that first half, we've shown some resilience there and some character and been able to significantly lessen the damage. And to be honest, that first goal wasn't really anyone's fault. It was just unfortunate. So we could have genuinely gotten a point from that game. Charlton next will be a Sims game. Lloyd has now completed his change from a centre forward to a wing back. His jumping is 76, but he is 6'1", so perhaps he could play at centre back. But we'll change him to a left back. That makes him 55. Do I make him a centre back? Acceleration of 67. I mean, maybe because his ball control and passing and dribbling and stuff aren't that great. Maybe we do make him a centre-back. I don't know, as it's really going to change much about him, to be completely honest. But we'll train him as a centre-back and see if he gets another little boost in his overall from there. Charlton next for us will be, hopefully, a straightforward game. We'll have to make some changes of our own, as you can see there. Adam May will come in. We'll bring Varga in for Aflian, even though he did well to get the goal in the last game. Lloyd Jones for Gray Taylor. He's actually grown to 65 at 32 years of age, which is a real sign of his ability. I am surprised at that, to be completely honest. We'll throw Williams in for Key. I'll leave Lancaster out there for now. And away from home at the Valley, we do get a 1-0 win, thanks to Aflian off the bench. So 2 goals in 2 games for him. Now he's up and running. Is that a sign that his time at the club is going to go up a notch? And his importance to the side is going to be absolutely vital. 98 is our manager rating right now. Don't ask me how I've got a 98 manager rating. I couldn't quite tell you. I've got, I have been able to do not the brand exposure. Which one was it? Financial? We've done the financial one. That will tick at the end of the season. We haven't yet done that one. We haven't yet done that one. We're nowhere near either of those. So why my manager rating is 98, I couldn't tell you. Varga sold, though, was £570,000. So 400 grand will be added to the transfer budget come January. I will need some of that money to offer around some new contracts. I have been able to agree a deal with Lancaster. I still need to agree terms with Okadina. Still thinking of letting Taylor, Williams and Dunk expire at the end of the season, especially if we get promotion, because they won't be good enough for the level above. But for now, we're going to advance towards that game against Lincoln, which actually we will sim as well at home. And then it'll be Peterborough, the game of games as a Cambridge United fan. Right, at home against 15th placed Lincoln City. It should be a straightforward game for us, this. And is a 3-1 win. Joey with a brace and Sam Smith with the other off in the second half. Early doors after 6 minutes, and then 3 minutes from time, he grabs a third to ensure that we get the victory there. That should hopefully fire us up the table a little bit. And it does pop us up into 7th, manager rating of 99. I really don't know as I need that or warrant that. It's not really justified. Away from home to London Road we go next. Massive game for us against Peterborough United as a Cambridge United fan. They are second in the table, though. Only lost 1 game so far this season. Wigan and Luton remain the only sides without a defeat so far this season. And Forest Green at the bottom, conversely, are the only side without a win so far this season. Right, if we get things right in this next game, we could be into the playoffs. Peterborough then line up with Christy Pym in goal. 5 back, unfortunately. Joe Ward, Nathan Thompson, Josh Knight, Frankie was the Frankie from the Barcelona save coming through again. Frankie Kent and Dan Butler. Leando Fuchs, Jack Taylor, Sammy Schmodix in at cam with Aurelian Scheidler up top, who's joint top goal scorer in the division, alongside Jack Marriott as their front line. Joey Ironside is one behind them. Why my side? Okay, that's absolutely great. That's absolutely superb. Okay, it's bugged. I'll be back in a minute. And restart. Ever experienced that before? Just double check that Peterborough's lineup is the same. Pym, Ward, Thompson, Knight, Kent, Burrows. Was he at left back? Oh, can't remember. Fuchs, Taylor, Schmodix, Scheidler, and Marriott. No, it was Dan Butler that was at left back, wasn't it, I think? Kwame Poku's on the bench is going to be dangerous. Ricky J. Jones is quick. And they've got some other quality players there too. Pains me to see Peterborough with such a strong squad at the level that we're playing, but pleasing to see them at the level that they're playing. Great to see Peterborough back in League One and not in the Championship anymore. Hopefully that will be the case in real life too, sooner rather than later. And the way things are going so far this season in real life, it will. And we'll get a Cambridge versus Peterborough game in real life sooner rather than later, which has been a long time coming in the league. Hopefully, though, we can do something decent against them here and at least avoid defeat away from home at London Road and give those away fans something to cheer. We are on the verge of the playoffs with our form of late, and we shall try grab another victory and get into those playoffs and actually stay there this year. Although the board do want automatic promotion, don't they? Top 2 is what's required from the board. Nibs will look for Joey, but Christy Pym makes the save. Relatively straightforward save to make. He's going to come for this too, and it's over Joey anyway. Pym will keep it at 0-0. Cadena gets the knockdown. Ideal to Honeyman. Oh, it's gorgeous. Nibs! Should have volleyed it. Wasn't sure if it would reach. If I allowed it to drop further where the defender would have gotten a foot in, so I tried the header, but didn't get the angle or the height or power on it. Just a poor header in the end. That could have been 1-0 Cambridge. Lovely lofted ball over the top from Joey Ironside. Didn't know he had that in his locker. Into Harvey and across to Honeyman. We'll get it forward here to Lancaster. In there to Honeyman again. Nibs is short and has turned nicely. Ironside is there and Lancaster is out wide. And I'll try and get it quickly into Honeyman and get it back across. Oh, it was meant for Joey. It's fallen to Chapman. Lancaster could win this header. Hasn't, but the ball will fall free to him. I'll drill it to Chapman and he could go again. Nibs. Look for Honeyman. Bit of space to go for that near post. It's hit Frankie Kent and will be out for a corner. Putting the pressure on the Peterborough back line again. But for the umpteenth time, the corner when trying to look for Joey Ironside is too close to the keeper who comes to get it. Oh, how lucky do you want to get? Nice interception by Harvey Nibs there. Excellent reading of the play, but the touch is too heavy and takes it straight back to a Peterborough man, but they have given it back to me again. Nibs will look for Joey, whose touch I was hoping was going to take him past the defender, but it took him into the defender. And continually, we will have to wait for the first goal in this game. Peterborough starting to let some mistakes creep in, though. That could open up the way for an opening goal for us, or potentially an opening goal for them. He went for the dinked finish. It was the wrong decision there. Excellent touch and movement, though, from the Peterborough striker to work the space. I genuinely thought that was game over for me there. Lancaster into Joey. Want to come back to Jack. I'll look for it over the top. The pass is just a little bit too inaccurate, and we'll have to settle continually for 0-0 for now and find him nicely. And the cross on the left foot is good, but too close to the keeper again. I haven't really been able to properly use Joe. Oh, come on, Joey. Lock onto the ball. Joe Ironside aerially from most open play scenarios this season. Last year, we were properly able to really utilise his physicality and aerial ability to score a number of goals. And I haven't done that enough in this second season. We could have found ourselves 1 or 2 goals to the good in this game if the crosses had been just a little bit better, or if Joey had been in a slightly better position when the cross Came in. I'll look for Lancaster through here. His touch was decent, but it can't get him away from a defender. And still, we're trying to find a way past this Peterborough backline. And still, they stand strong and won't let me through. Every time we have gotten past, Pym is in the way. 10 minutes to go. Any goal now would surely be a winner. Sammy Schmodix looking to create. Chapman not got the strength to outmuscle him. Marriott back to Schmodix. Marriott to Scheidler. And the ball driven wide by one of the league's top goal scorers this year. Not got his shooting boots on today, that's for sure. Don't concede now, Ches. A point against Peterborough away is a decent result, but they'll have a corner here. Will the Posh? A chance to win it late doors. No, please. Norburn on for Fuchs. Ollie Norburn, a very capable central midfielder. That's well over the top of the bar from Knight, though. Can we potentially win it late on? I'll pump it long and hard, looking for Joe Ironside. If he can knock this down, which surely he will do, and has done, but not able to find a teammate with said knockdown. Peterborough might have one more chance. Knight looking to get in behind, but the ball's gone backwards, and I think that will be the game. It is indeed. It's a 0-0 draw against Peterborough. We scored 2 against Hull, but that wasn't enough on that occasion. Just the 1 would have been fine here, but Christy Pym in the way. Peterborough had a lot of the ball, as you can see from the stats there, and just 4 chances created apiece. And no winning goal. Up next for us will be Bolton. A point could be enough to send us into the playoffs. In actual fact, it knocks us slightly further away. My manager rating is sky high. Absolute perfection this season as far as the board are concerned. Don't ask me why, though, because I couldn't tell you why my manager rating is that high. I certainly don't feel like it is, or should be. Lloyd has now completed his change to centre-back and stays at 55 rated. But that potential really does mean that he could be very, very good indeed. We'll go for sweeper, do we? Will drastically change his tackling stats. I want to try and change the majority of the important ones. So defensive centre-back, it doesn't necessarily need. Ball-playing defender, I don't want that 5-star weak foot. So we'll go for sweeper and continually hope to grow those defensive stats. And fingers crossed, he'll become a really decent player for us. That excellent jumping is the main reason why we've moved him centrally rather than as a fullback now. That was at your guys' request as well, actually, from the comment section, so thank you for that feedback. Bolton level on points with us in 10th, as you can see there. Number of sides on 15. I wonder if this league title is going to be as close as previous. It doesn't look like it with Luton running away with things so far. We are, however, only 3 points off 3rd. But those top 2 automatic promotion spots look like they're going to be hard to come by this season. We'll start with the same 11 as we have done so far. We've played well in the last 3 halves of football, but that first half against Hull was just diabolical. Fingers crossed Bolton have got everybody in the right place and we don't need to adjust anything. Dempsey is a -1, sorry. Is he a striker? No, he's just a centre mid. Do they have a cam? They don't. Well, they've got Paul Digby, of course, who we sold to them. They don't really have a cam that is of any real use there, so we'll leave Dempsey there for now. Okay, well, Bolton are able to play with everybody in the positions that they've started in, which is good news, and we will continue as we have been. In fact, no, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to throw Sam Smith up top. Ben Warman's up to 63 now, which is good. Let's give Adam May the start ahead of Warman and see if we can't just, with brute force, go and beat Bolton. Bolton bring with them Joel Dixon in goal, Kieran Sadler at right back, Aimson, Santos and Johnston as the back 3 with Declan John as the wing back. Sheehan and Morley in the midfield, again with a 5-2-1-2, similar to Peterborough. Kyle Dempsey at cam with Dion Charles and Elias Kachunga up top. You recognise him from his time at Huddersfield, I would imagine. Again, 5 at the back, but we did well against Peterborough's 5 at the back, and actually were half decent going forward with their lack of cover from only 2 central midfielders, not 3. So maybe we could have a similar sort of performance here with a little bit more possession, unlike Peterborough. We might be able to get positive result. Look at Joey there. Oh, I just need players that can be a bit more accurate with the pass. And I swear to God, I'll start cutting people apart like a hot knife through butter. Just... my ideas are better than the quality of my players at the minute, which is really frustrating. Chapman, Joey, back to Adam May. Lancaster's there, but it's well defended by John. This is good. Oh, little back heel. How have you got through there? Of course! 1-0 Bolton. I concede again in super frustrating, super unlucky circumstances. Get in the way, and he's just walked through the challenge. Okay. It's Dapo Aflian's former club. If he could come up with something to prove that they were foolish to sell him, that'd be lovely. Charles back to Sheehan again. Kachunga. Oh, the movement, to be fair, from their front two is very good. Declan John is past me here, trying to stop any pass. Brilliant. Oh, don't you dare score now, Bolton, after that farce. Thank you, Aflian, for putting a foot in. I swear I get so unlucky at times. I really genuinely do. Get to that, please, Jack. Whale in Iredale. He'll get to it first. There's no point running after that with Joey because it'd just be wasted stamina. I'm not going to get there first. Sam Smith trying to win it back. Here's Kachunga. Charles will look for the ball through the gap. And Okadina gets there first, thankfully. No, that's not where that was supposed to go. Fucking superb. You knew it was going to happen. Of course that flies top bins because I've given possession away. Trying to get it to Joey down the line. 2 goals for Bolton that they don't deserve. Sadly with a throw, it's a poor one. Aflian will work it back. And I could try and get him in behind here. I will look to do so. And have done so. And he's away here, Aflian. But I need the support. It is arriving. Here it is from Sam Smith. It's blocked well. A good chance that we're not able to take. Defenders in the end are able to get back for them. That's the first proper clear-cut chance we've had for a little while in the game. Bolton have had all of the ball. Similar to the Peterborough game, I just haven't been able to keep hold of possession for long, or for prolonged spells in this fixture, and it is costing me the chance to create more goals because I just keep giving the ball away. Joey Ironside, Sam Smith's arriving. The pass is good. Sam's in the box, but he's pulled the shot wide. And when we do finally cut their defence apart, the ball still doesn't end up in the back of the net. I'm conceding really unlucky goals at one end and just not good enough at the other. Ironside to Sam Smith. Aflian is arriving. And he's in. And he's in behind. And Joey's at the back post. Oh, but again, I just can't get the ball to go in the right place at the right time. Which is in the back of the net. Fucking at any point ever in the history of the universe. Just won't go in for me in the latter 2 games today. Struggled to create against Peterborough. And even now, I am creating against Bolton. It still won't go in. Lancaster looking for Sam Smith. Back to Lancaster again, to Joey. Over the top, looking for Sam Smith. Brings it down well. Joey was with me, but then he's backed off inexplicably. Work it around to Chapman. I've just not got the space to get the shot away, though. Joey has Lancaster out wide. Oh, trying to loft it back in. We'll just use the men that are in some space. Trying to find the space for the shot. When it does come in, it's well saved by Joel Dixon. And they'll clear it away. Can I challenge for this with Smith? I've done well. Ironside, Chapman. Ironside again. Chapman again. Aflian is out wide. Joey's going to be available at the back post if he just makes a run into the box, which he has now done, but he delayed on it. Iredale with the delivery. It's blocked. Can I challenge for that with Chapman? I can, but can't get there. We've won it back, have we? No. It's just not my day today, lads. It's just not my day, unfortunately. It won't go into the back of the net for me at one end, and I can't stop it going into the back of the net at the other. Josh Key. Lancaster trying to get it around the corner, but again, the pass is poor. I just need some players to improve in their passing stats, and we will cut other teams apart. At the minute, the passing's just not good enough. Inside to Adam May. There we go. We find Chapman. Sam Smith is in. Knock it across for Joey. A late goal again, but it's probably too little too late for the second of today's 3 games. We've hammered on the door for the entirety of this second half. Just haven't been able to find a way through. And rather typically, right at the death, that's when the door opens. I get to that with Chapman. We can. Run, Joey. Drop the shoulder on the defender, Joey. Bury it, Joey. What a save. Oh, unbelievable. The luck is not with me, lads. The luck is not with me. It's not to be. The luck's not on my side today. Can't believe it. A 2-1 defeat against Bolton that I deserved a point from. A 3-2 defeat against Hull that, again, with really unlucky goals scored against me, I arguably deserved a point from. And a draw against Peterborough that, again, where neither side really deserved a victory. We get 1 point from today's 3 played games, and I should have had at least 3, I feel, if not maybe more. Just couldn't get on the end of the chances we made. It just would not go into the back of the net. Seemed like a difficult game today. It was a difficult game. One mistake can be costly at any level, especially in a league so tight. Another good performance and another goal from Joey Ironside, but he should have had 2, and he didn't. It's a brilliant save by Joel Dixon late on. We started the episode 10. We end the bloody episode 10th. Still, though, just 3 points off the playoffs. It's going to be super tight all the way through the league calendar again. Another 5 games to be... No, 6 games there to be played in the month of October. I might split that again into 2 with Mansfield, Ipswich and Oxford, Cheltenham, Rotherham and Sunderland. We want to have as big an impact as we can on our promotion campaign, and with the chance, or with the fixtures being as quick incoming as they are, and the fixtures being as heavy as it is, it's an opportunity to play more games. It does mean the seasons are slightly longer, but it means that you guys get more entertainment. So hopefully it's a win-win, and hopefully we can do some winning tomorrow. That's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. Bit of luck in front of goal is all I ask for, and hopefully we'll get it tomorrow. I'll see you then.